Hey there, this is Shane, and I received a lot of questions after the webinar that I did for NetPicks, and they're all worded differently, but they all kind of pointed to the same thing. So what I want to do in this video is point out something and talk about something that a lot of traders absolutely have no clue over. And whatever strategy they trade, a lot of traders are just blind to the fact what really moves the market. And a Fibonacci ratio doesn't move the market. A moving average doesn't move the market. The only thing that moves the markets are buy and sell orders, right? That's it. And indicators don't do it. So when you can get a better grasp of where orders are in the market, you can really improve your odds of trading. And a lot of the videos that I put out there have kind of hit home on this, and if you've watched any of the videos, you've seen, and I've shown the trades. It wasn't after the fact, it was during, and if it was after the fact, I showed you the positions, so it wasn't stuff I just made up as I went along. I know that's pretty prevalent out there actually, but anyways, when you can kind of zone in on where orders are placed, it really aids in your trading. Now, the stats are most traders lose. All right, I think it's really hard to deny that that's a fact. Brokers will tell you the same thing, and you troll any forum, just take a day and just look through it, and you're going to see the same people talking about system after system after system. They don't stop, jumping from hoop to hoop basically. And in this video, I'm going to show you where some people have placed trades, where they're still in trades, and quite frankly, this is off of the Oanda platform, and in no way is this encompass the entire market, but I think it really sheds a flashlight on traders in general. Oanda is a big company, it's got a lot of money behind it, and it has a lot of traders that trade through it of all sizes, starting traders to pro traders. The spreads are great. I don't want to start talking about Oanda, but so I'm going to use, actually, they publish open positions and open orders, and that's really interesting when you take a look at those, because it kind of gives you an insight into traders and how they view the market. And I think you're really going to find out that, hey, you know what, there's a reason why most traders lose. So I'm going to start off here with open orders, and what this means is there's orders that are pending in the market. There's going to be buys above the market price now. There's going to be buys below the market price, limit and stop orders. Sells as well. There's going to be sells positions above the market, and there's some sell positions below the market. And what's really interesting on the open orders position, the chart right here, is there's some buys and sells right in the same area, which is it's kind of crazy, right? So it just tells you how many different views there is of the market. So we're going to look at the euro US dollar, because there's so many different pairs we can look at, but everyone trade, not everyone, but it's a well traded currency pair. It moves, so we'll take a little peek at this and just see what's going on here. And I'm going to look at the daily chart. I can zoom around to 4 hour, 1 hour, whatever, but just to keep it simple, I just want to look at the daily chart here. And let's look for the open orders that are buy orders right now. All right, these are just orders. Okay, they're not positions right now. And then after this, I'll show you the actual chart. This blue line here, this represents there's a bunch of traders that looking to buy, and there's a bunch of traders looking to sell in this area right here. And it's interesting how you can look at the market and people get a different look at it. Almost it's the exact same price, buys and sells. So when you're looking at this, think to yourself, okay, well, what's going to cause a trader to want to buy right here? What's going to have a trader sell here? Right? And I'm not going to give my 2 cents on what's right, what's wrong, or what I'm looking for. That's not the purpose of this video. It's just to kind of give you another insight. So if we look at right here, people are looking to buy this market higher than the price that that's at now. This is actually 36 levels. So you could look around this area right here. What do you think these traders are looking for? Possibly to get on board a breakout of this market, right? At 36, then it has these wicks here. So price did go as high as 37, right? So 100 pips difference between where they want to get in and the 3700 level. And I'm showing you this. I'm honing in on the bigger areas. There's actually areas in between these levels, but these are the areas that really stood out. So when you're looking at this, think to yourself, well, what's going to cause a trader to want to buy there? Well, let's take what could be the reason? Well, we already have we had a support level here that broke, came back to retest. Maybe they're trying to look at the retest again, right? But if you look what happened in this area, right? We had a rally up here. We had some basing on the side and then a strong drop out. So what do we know? What can we deduce from that? We can say, well, we do know there's probably a lot of sellers in that area, clearly more than there was buyers, and the price, it dropped with some force. Now, I could get into the whole, macroeconomic look at the U.S. and, what we're going through, risk on, risk off right now, back and forth, right? It's pretty crazy. But, we could say that we're in a downtrend, right? Market's been going down. So would this be a smart bet? Now, I hope right now your brain's thinking, okay, well, it doesn't make too much sense to buy. And if I'm going to buy right here, where's my stop going to go? Right? Perhaps they're looking at a 4-hour chart or whatever, and they'll find some swing, right? And place their stop just below that swing. And maybe the guys who play the market will take their stops. But let's see, why would a trader want to sell here? Well, let's take a look. We've got an area here that's been was a support level, bounced up, became resistance. Maybe they're playing the resistance fall again. For me, I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, well, this big move, that tells me a big story right there. So who's right, who's wrong? Well, you never know until it all plays out, right? Look at a bigger picture of this whole thing. We're going to zoom across here. People looking to buy. What do we have over here? Right, just kind of scroll across. We have this little congestion area here, which is a nice little area. And so I just find that very, very interesting. We've got some buys orders in here. We're looking for someone to buy right here. This is at, what price is this at? This is at, let me just get this little crosshair here. Looking at about 34.50, roughly 34.50 in that area right there. Someone's looking to buy here, right? Same thing here. We've got some buy orders right here. Now this isn't bad when you look at that way. Perhaps they're looking for the market to fall back down here, right? Maybe a double bottom and then bounce up. So this is what's interesting. You can kind of get into the headspace of other traders and mark these off on your charts and then see what plays out. Write down your ideas, why one will work and why one may not work, right? And that's really going to get your head wrapped around how money is flowing in a very basic kind of way. This kind of play is pretty common, right? A lot of players do this, this kind of play where it's they're just looking to play that kind of a move there. Traders looking for breakouts as well. So you can kind of sit here and kind of mark these places off on your chart, and even go down into the smaller time frames, right, and mark off a whole bunch of different levels, and just to see how these people are thinking. So what else can we look at? Well, where's some sell orders, right? We're going to have some sell orders in the market, obviously, right? Some people are going to be looking to sell. There's actually some nice ones at 36, right? Nice round number, right? As you go higher up here, it kind of goes off the chart around 3650, 3700 for this. But even up here, 3800, I'm surprised. I'm sure there's some orders in here as well. But this red line here is going to indicate what a sell order is right here. People are looking to sell here. So think to yourself, okay, well, why would someone want to sell right there? Well, perhaps, we've got 3146 here to 3100. So maybe they're looking for the break of this level right here. Let's scroll across. Well, let's take a look. What are they shorting into? Well, they're shorting into an area that had a nice big strong drop, right? Then around 28 and change, 28.65, 29. Price rallied strong under there. So will this work out? Who knows? But what it will do is allow you to kind of sit back and kind of go, okay, this is what I've marked off. This is where a lot of traders from Oanda are looking at taking orders, taking positions. Are they going to work out? And if not, why didn't it work out? So it's easy just to slap on an indicator on your chart, right? It's easy to slap on, moving average crossover or Fibonacci or stochastics or MACD. It really is. But they don't move the market, and you want to find out where other traders are taking trades, right? Because if the majority lose and you do the opposite of what the majority do, what's going to happen? Well, the opposite of the result that they get. So just by doing this, you're probably thinking, well, how am I going to make money doing this? Well, this is not it's not a trading strategy at this point. This is just trying to get your head wrapped around how other traders look at the market and how it actually plays out. Because right here, what we're looking at right here is actual orders sitting in the market where traders, through whatever analysis they've done, whether it be fundamental or technical, or a form of order flow trading, are looking to take orders, positions. And I think that's really telling, right? Trading is not a 6-month course and you're a trader, right? This is an ongoing process. So take a look at that. This is the open orders. If you don't have Oanda, you can open up a, well, I don't even think you need an account actually to see these positions that they're taking. And just mark it off in your chart. Do it as an exercise. You can still trade the way you're trading, but do it as an exercise. All right, so now you know that we're looking at traders, different mindsets, right? Exact same level. Some are looking to buy, some looking to short. What makes more sense to you, right? What makes more sense to you? And you can go to the weekly chart, which is going to give you a little bit more of a bird's eye view of things. But I just think this is an excellent way to get your head wrapped around certain things in the market. If you look at right here, this order area right here, and this was taken right from the position summary. There was a support level, got broke, comes back up. These are orders, okay? These aren't positions yet, okay? These are this orders sitting in the market. But we're going to look at positions. And this is where it gets really interesting. This is what, when I look at this kind of stuff, you quickly realize, well, there's actually hard traders out there that, buy the tops, and they sell the bottoms. And these are actually open positions, okay? We've got traders that went long right here, right? They're open. They would have gone long in this area right here. And, interesting enough, price doesn't come back up here yet. So what does that tell you? It tells you they've been in a buy position since this level right here. They took all this heat. What are they waiting for, right? When do you look and go, oh man, it's not working out? When do you get out? If I'm looking at this chart and I was just trading it just blindly, I would make sure if it's breaking below there, I am out of this market. Well, they're still in there. What's right here? Someone else, bought right here at 3,500. Price spiked up a little bit, right? How high did it go? It went as high as 35.23. And then what happened? Boom. They're underwater and they're still in the trade. When do you get out? Like, what are you waiting for? Perhaps they're looking at a longer term play, and that's quite possible. But when I look at it like this, I'm thinking, well, they've been long since the top right here. To you, is that a professional trader? Do you think that's somebody who's got their stuff down? Who they bought at the high. Got traders here that went long right here. Now this, what I'm looking at, I took the snapshot on the 8th, and today's the 9th, and it's Sunday. So the market's starting to move, I believe. So, traders bought right here. When are they going to get out? Who knows, right? But they're in the positions. Let's look at how the people who sold the market, how they doing. Well, let's take a look. We had traders sell right here. Now, when did they sell? I don't know. It's not going to tell you. By here, it could be they could have sold way over here. I don't know. But if you look right here, the sell orders right here at 3,300. Well, whoever sold in this area right here, it doesn't really matter, right? They sold here, perfect, but they didn't get out when they should have, because look what happened. It rallied up again, 200 pips against them. When do you get out? When do you say, oh, mercy? When do you do that? If you're looking at what kind of position sizing you're going to have when you're willing to take a 200 pip, drawdown against you, what are you using for, how big is your position size? If I took a 200 pip stop loss, man, I would be trading a whole lot of money, that's for sure. And what else we have? We've got traders that sold right here, almost near the bottom. But guess what? There are traders that sold right here, right at the bottom of this move, around 31.50, and went through all of this, and they still held on. What do you think is the possibility these traders are really going to do well? Let me just bring over what I was looking at here. This is it right here. Make sure it's all on the screen there. Yeah, you can pretty much see it there. Let me just shrink it up a little bit. There we go. This is the open position summary right here. Right here. This is the open orders. Isn't that interesting? Here in this blue line was the price when I took the snapshot. But there were people long open positions at 36.50. And price is way down here. What kind of traders at? Traders at 3,400 psychological key level, right? A lot of traders like to play the break of those. Well, look what happened. They're underwater. There's actually some long positions down and through here. Now, how decent is that? That's pretty good, right? Some traders were long since here. Let's look at the short positions. Some traders were short from way up here, 3,700 level. That's pretty good. Some traders were short and through here. I don't know why they were short. For whatever reason, they're short. But then you look back here. There's been traders that were short since here. Like, when do you, throw your hands up and say, enough is enough? I've taken too much heat. I've done something wrong. Especially when you buy that, you sell the bottom. Open orders. Look what we have here. We've got how many? See these orders up here? These are the stop orders, right? Buying above the market. What buy stop? Not a whole lot, right? But if you look down here, these traders are looking to what? Buy the dips, buy the turning point, right? But some guy or some girl or whoever, a batch of traders looking to go long here at 3,600. It's quite a ways away. Sell orders. People looking to sell the retracements here, right? But then again, there's some sell stops down here. What makes more sense to you as a trader? So, if anything, it's a nice little homework assignment for you, I guess, is just to go into Oanda, grab the position summaries, and just mark them off on your chart, and just sit there and sit in front of the TV or what do? And just, why would they do that? What I'm trying to do here is get you to think how other traders think, how the sheep, I guess you want to use the word, the ones who generally lose, how are they thinking? When you can kind of start to deduce what these traders are looking at and how they're trading, and you start looking for alternatives, what do you think your chances of doing even better than you are now are? Pretty good, right? So that's what I wanted to get. And if you get some good feedback from this video here, I like to talk more about the order books that we can't see. All right, we will never see the entire order structure of markets, but we'll go through how changes in liquidity at certain levels, it moves the market up. What happens when there's a gap behind price? We can start talking about that, and hopefully over time, what's going to happen. I can't share so much with you. It's very, very difficult to do. And quite frankly, when you're trading like this, you're exploiting inefficiencies in the market, and you're going against other traders. You got to be careful. If so many people are doing the same thing, then it kind of loses its luster, right? But there's no reason why, if we go through some stuff here, that we can't start, kind of getting in the mind of other traders and seeing what they're thinking, as opposed to just, firing up my charts, just looking at the some crossover thing or some pullback to a fib ratio. Because if you think fib ratios move the market, you're mistaken. If you think, any sort of technical indicator moves the market, it just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Markets move order flow. That's how it happens. Where the order's placed. And we'll start talking about the big players. What do they have to do? Can they just buy and sell anywhere? And if not, then how do they get out of positions? How do they get into positions without causing too much slippage? But that's going to be for the future. It depends on the feedback here. So for your homework, go over to Oanda, grab the position summaries, start marking off your charts, maybe, and start thinking to yourself, okay, why would they go long here? Why would they go short here? Why does this make sense? And yeah, that's it. That's all I want to cover here. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and hopefully we can move forward and get into this a little bit more in depth. Okay, thanks for listening.